Hi everyone, Matthew Donovan here. Day 23 of learning Czech. Yesterday I mentioned that I booked 5 more hour-long lessons with Jan, my Czech tutor. Unfortunately, the first of those lessons is not until this Friday. That was the earliest I was able to get the lessons booked. And then let me just check my calendar here. One lesson is booked on Friday, the next on Saturday, and then the following week I have a lesson on the Sunday and the Tuesday, and then not one until the Saturday following. So there is a bit of a break there. I did communicate with the other tutor that had to reschedule the lesson, and we're hoping to have our lesson later this week, so either Thursday, Wednesday, even Friday potentially of this week, although I have the other lesson with Jan on Friday, so that might not work, but we'll get that second lesson in, and hopefully I'll be able to work alongside both of the two tutors. Today, primarily, I just focused on the time. That was introduced to me yesterday. I want to spend probably a day or two on that, and then once I'm confident that I've essentially mastered the time, I'll move on from that and start working on different things. Next thing I want to work on is a couple of verbs, probably the important verbs: I am, I have, I do, things like that. Understand how they work, and also how the conjugations work. I have no idea how the verbs get conjugated in Czech. I have a slight understanding of the pronouns, although at this point I'm forgetting. I think it's ye, to, o. I think I don't remember what. I don't remember. I'd have to look at my notes, and that book is over in the corner, so I'm not going to go get that. But anyways, as you can see, lots of work still needs to be done on the pronouns, but I have no idea how the verbs are conjugated. My understanding is it's a lot of conjugation on the verbs or on the nouns to basically figure out who is talking about it, what is being talked about. Not a lot of, he goes to the store, he went to the store. Store is the one being conjugated, and if I go to the store or you go to the store, the go to the store part stays the same in English. But in Czech, I believe that changes. Obviously, go will change depending on if I'm the one going or if you're the one going. But I believe store also changes as well. But as I said, I've got no idea how the verbs work in Czech. That's something I need to work on. As much as I say I don't like to focus on grammar, I want to focus on comprehension and understanding. I do need to understand how to conjugate verbs. If I get sentence structure slightly incorrect, or if I don't use the correct form, because there's this thing, my understanding is when you're using numbers, you use one form. If you have one of something, then it's a different form. If you have 2 or 3, then I believe there's another form for 4 or 5, and then anything above 6 gives you a fourth form. There might only just be 3, maybe 1, and then 2, 3, 4, and then anything above 5, I don't quite remember. But there are different forms, the accusative, genitive, dative, things like that, depending on how many numbers you have. So that I will need to work on, but as I said, that's the type of thing that I'm okay with messing up on, especially early. But I think there's no excuse for having incorrect verb conjugations. Those are very straightforward. Those help immensely to figure out the underlying meaning behind the sentence. I go to the store versus you go to the store are two very different things. But for example, in English, I am going to a arcade instead of I am going to an arcade. Saying a instead of an, not that big a deal. But getting the word for arcade wrong, or you versus I, that's a huge thing. So I need to work on that. But anyways, just to end the video today, I'll probably just go through here and say a few numbers, just to keep my mind fresh. So if we had 6:30, that would be yapul sedam, literally half to 7. Yapul means half to. So 6:30 would be yapul sedam. 8:30, yapul devyat, half to 9. 10:30, yapul jednacht, half to 11. Then we also have quarter after 3, for example, would be ja 3, čtvrt 3, a 4. ja 3 čtvrtý a 4. So that's, that's 3/4 to 4. So that would be 3:45. Quarter after 3 would just be ja čtvrtý, ja 4. That's 1/4 to 4. Again, that's slightly confusing. I've wrapped my head around it, but I think to the non-Czech speaker or to someone who it doesn't understand, this concept of 3:15 being quarter to 4, essentially what that means is they're always counting in terms of hours. So 3:15 is a quarter of the way to 4 o'clock, right? Because there are 4 quarters in between 3 and 4, and 3:15 we are 1/4 through. So I'm just going to check my notes here to make sure I have that right. So it's just je čtvrt na 3. That's 2:15. Je 3 čtvrté na 3. If we had 8:45, for example, that would be ja 3 čtvrtý na 9. So 3/4 to 9. Anyways, I'm sure that's unbearable to listen to with the terrible pronunciation I have. But the first step is understanding what I need to say. I've identified it's this rolling R, essentially. All the R's in Czech have that rolled R sound that I think you've mentioned, that I mentioned. You can hear in Spanish, Italian, other languages like that. I can't make that sound right now. I'm working on trying to figure it out if there's any words in English that actually have it buried in them, and I'm ever saying it. To my recollection, I've never actually said that sound, and it's quite difficult, but I'm working towards that. But I do have some understanding of how the numbers work. You also just have the basic, let's say it's 8:26. That would just be awesome. Awesome Holden, a 26, 8:26 I think I said. That would be awesome Holden, a 26 minute. 8 hours and 26 minutes. I had to think about how to say 26. I'm not, the numbers don't just pop right into my head. I had to think about them a little bit, but I'll make more progress in that regard as well. Anyways, starting to ramble for today, so I'll call it there. Thanks for watching. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.